Yo, what is going on, guys? This is your boy Basixc with Basixc here, and today I decided to do the long-awaited video that a lot of people want to see. Mainly Ozone. He, pressured me into doing this video. I'm just kidding, but he was like, "Creed, when are you gonna do this video? When are you gonna do this video? I'm ready to see the video. I'm ready to see the video." I'm just like, bro, chill out. I understand you want to see this video and this tutorial, but it takes time. But nevertheless, today we're gonna be teaching you guys. Well, I will be teaching you guys how to make an advanced thumbnail. Now, I think it was maybe 2 months ago. That's like the worst time explanation ever, because I don't even know if it was 2 months ago. But around a month to 3 months ago, I made a thumbnail tutorial. It was a simple tutorial about just lowering the opacity and then making it black and white, and then just putting text over it, and then a light source, which is like a little bit of a stroke, white stroke at the top, maybe a little bit of a red stroke on the sides, then dimming down the opacity on those, and call it a day, right? Well, today we're actually going to be doing a advanced thumbnail tutorial, in which it's advanced. And I'm going to show you one example really quickly. Is a thumbnail that I did for Stealthy Panda. Shout out to Stealthy Panda. And I know I do it like almost every single video, but I think it's kind of funny. It's just something to go with. But if you come to my portfolio, which is on Carbonmade, which is basicdesigns.carbonmade.com, and you will see this thumbnail right here, which is the thumbnail that I made for him, which took maybe 15 to 20 minutes to get all this, because what I basically did was I took screenshots from my own OBS file, saved it to my computer with the Windows key and print screen, because I have Windows 8, so I can screenshot it without having to download like the print screen or the Lightroom, I think it's called. Like, there's like some other softwares and apps that you can download on your computer to actually screenshot your computer for you, and I can just do it in 2 steps, and instead of having to click a billion times. I downloaded it one time and then I just didn't know how to get out of it, so I just didn't bother with it. But basically this thumbnail right here went from not knowing what I was doing to just lowering the opacity, doing random stuff, to actually using a little bit of a stock. As you can tell, the little triangles or the little airplane looking things right here, and then it went from that to some other stock that I used, and I think I overlaid it, which got most of the black stuff done with over here. Then I put a light source, and then I already had this text made how it was, which this is text from thefont.com, and then from there on I just made a little rectangle and put it on overlay, which gave it the little effect that it did. And then I think I made like a white stroke around here just to make OBS, like the little settings, look a little bit more intrigued and pop out. So this really turned from a like 1 rating of 1 to 2 to a good maybe 8 to 9. Because I really do like this thumbnail. It's because of the complexity of it, but it's still simple. And there's actually like the faded text from the 16 right here, which you can't really see, but you can see the 6 right here. And you go down to another one, which is one of my like second favorites, was one of my favorites that I made myself, which is the Ghetto Supplier opening 2. Really the thing is the offset purple. It was a little bit darker than the text that I used, which this is like a pinkish / light purple, or a dark pink, light purple. And I actually made this like kind of like a dark purple with like a black offset to it. And then for the 2, I put that with the overlay and the inner glow, which gave it that style right there. And personally, I like this thumbnail just because of the originality of it, and it's just really simple, and it still follows basic guidelines of a thumbnail. Like, you have this text and you have a different text. I think this is a different text from all the other 2, and you have this simple line to just separate it, which I'm pretty sure these are like different distances away, but Creed don't always measure this stuff, so it may be a little bit off. But for the most part, everything just flowed just right. I got a screenshot from, I basically, when I got to record it myself doing the actual video, Then I went back to the video and just screenshotted it a few times and picked the one I wanted, and then went from there. So let's actually get into the actual tutorial. I just want to show you guys a few examples of what my best my best thumbnails are, so that you guys can, you know, find some motivation from it, hopefully, and, you know, whatnot. So first thing you want to do is make a new file. Go to File, go to New. This is Photoshop CS6. I think it's a 2012 version. And basically what you want to do is, from width and height, you can either do two things. And you can either type in 1280 and then tab 720. Wait, that's 710, 720. And this is your smallest document that can fit on YouTube, which is, it's a smaller canvas, and you run a lower risk of being over the max content rate, which YouTube only allows 2 megabytes of picture or pixels to be on the screen for a thumbnail, and if you go over it, say 2.01, then you can't use it, which I've been there before, and just lowering certain things just changes the actual pixel rate, which would be the picture you get. If it's like 1920 by 1080, it's a really HD picture, it's going to be more than likely already over 2 megabytes, and you really don't have a thumbnail made. But you have this if you want to use like really high quality pictures, or a lot of stocks, a lot of different things. Once you use a lot of these GFX packs, it starts to build up, because you take images from this place and this place, but sometimes it doesn't really work. There are picture decoders out there which can make your pictures actually downgrade in quality just a little bit, but it still saves the original form, so it's like you can use it, but it's really not even needed. You can go 1280 by 720, which is a lot of people go with. I personally stick with 1920 by 1080, just because it's a bigger canvas size, and resolution you can keep at 72, it's just fine. Or most people, when they're making banners or something, they go to 300, and it really doesn't do much more. It just makes everything a lot finer quality, in which you would have to zoom in just to see the better quality. But nevertheless, we're just gonna stick with this. I'm gonna take it that you guys know most about what I'm saying, so I'm not gonna really explain as much as how to get the background black and all that. Like, that's the stuff I'm not gonna really go over and all. But what we're gonna actually start with is going for some kind of gameplay, something that you may not want, something you have to get the actual picture or screenshot from. So I'm actually gonna mute my stuff, my computer, whatever, and I'm actually gonna go to my stuff, and I have a little bit of zombie stuff here, like files with people. This is 37 minutes, so I'm actually gonna go to this right here. Hopefully it still records inside. If it doesn't, then I'll have to explain what I'm doing. But basically right now I'm just in the actual video file itself, waiting for it to start, which is started. I'm gonna go past a little bit. I recorded at, I think, 720p right now. This is 60 frames per second, because this is what I record in, but not everything's gonna be 60 frames per second, so don't be surprised if it's not. I'm actually gonna go a little further, a little bit further than this. Okay, then I'm just gonna let the mouse stop moving so it takes the bottom part off. Hold the Windows screen and then hit print screen right about. I usually wait till get a moment that happens, like say a gunshot, I get like a double piece, a snipe, a car explosion, something just that gives the like something right there is when I would hit it, which it was delayed because I'm actually watching it at the same time and everything else. So when you do it, try to time it just perfectly, kind of like right there. I kind of died, but it's just depending on what you're looking for. Like if you're looking for, say, a gameplay for I guess, what do you call it, a let's play, and you would go to not a random moment, but something that actually happens in the storyline, and then you actually go from there and make it actually something that looks. And I just did it like 3 or 4 times because I'm trying some things. Like this can take you up to a good 5 to 10 minutes depending on what you're looking for, what you're trying to get, or what you're not trying to get. I think I just got that one perfect, so I'm gonna hit escape, and then I'm actually gonna attempt to close this out without everything lagging. because I'm recording and it does mess up. So depending on whenever you have your screenshot saved at is really where I guess you go find them. And you can actually, if you don't feel like going through all this trouble and to find it, you can just straight up go to Google Images, type in Black Ops 3 screenshots, zombie screenshots, whatever game you're playing screenshots. Like, it's the same thing. This is just taking it a step further and being original. And you can actually pick, say if Google doesn't have an HD picture of this certain image, you actually can go back and find it yourself or get your own original picture, whatever it may be. And I have mine in pictures. It has screenshots, and these are all the screenshots I've ever taken. I have deleted like a few rows of these before, which it was no big deal. But as you can see, this is 1366 by 768, which is my computer's visual perspective or whatever. This is the max screen ability that I can capture with my capture card or whatever. So this is more than 1280 by 720, but it's not bigger than 1920 by 1080. So that's the reason why I use it, because well, it's kind of said if you downscale an image, it looks better because you're squeezing the pixels together. But if you explode it or expand it, it loses. But it's really depending on what you want. As you can see, this is 1.31 megabytes, which I have 0.69 megabytes to work with. So we just have to see. Usually, no matter how many thumbnails I make and how many stocks I put in it, it usually works out in the end. And as you can see, this image is kind of not HD because I pulled it from my stream, so it's not the best. And you can see this little thing right here because this is what Camtasia is recording. But I'm actually gonna try to find another one, just because this is the process. You usually have to find a few different ones, and as you see, that one's just terrible. Just keep in mind how many screenshots you take, so you won't be just going through random ones. I can use that one if I want to. I'm gonna go through like two more, and I should be done. Sorry for the really terrible mouse clicks, but these are really all the same except for that one. We're gonna go through one more, and we will be done for tutorial purposes. And you have this one, which I think I'm just gonna use this one right here because it has action. And basically what I'm just gonna do is just drag this over to the 1920 by 1080 document, which is right here. And the good thing about this one is it's not all the way black on the side, so the effects that we will be using will not be it will not be messing up as much. It won't mess up the effect of it. And basically, to get what I just did, I'm gonna do Control Z to redo this, but just drag it to a corner. And if you have CC, it should put it in the corner for you, like the little measurements. To get your rulers out, do Control R to get your rulers out, and blah blah blah, right? And to actually make this enlarge, do Control T, and then click aside, hold Shift, and then drag it out, drag it to where you want, let go with the left mouse click, and then keep holding Shift and you check it, and then let go of Shift. And now this is the bread and butter of your whole entire design. Now you can do a billion things from now. You can just lower the opacity, or you can just put text on it, put a light source, put a little stroke, and you're done, right? Or put a gun. There's so many different things you can do with this, and depending on if you want to actually cut the gun out, you can actually find PNGs. There's like so many different things, but I'm gonna get you guys to the base of the thumbnail, and then from there on you can put variants on what you want. So me personally, what I like to do is add gradient maps to these things now, because gradient maps actually make these things really nice. And basically what I'm going to do now is do Control U while being on layer 1. Control U, right? Go to saturation. Oh no, better yet, don't do this. You can do it like that and turn it down like that, hit OK. Or you can just simply go down to normal and you go to luminosity, which makes it black and white as well. There's like 50 different ways to do it that I've seen people do it. You can just do whatever it is that you want to do. I think I'm just gonna do luminosity because this is how I learned to actually do this, like thumbnail wise, and it doesn't really take anything from it. But Now everything's black and white. Normally, again, I would tell you just take down a passive color today, but now I'm actually gonna add a gradient map, which is down here. It should be the half circle. It should be the third. It should be in the middle. No. It should be the third to from the left, or it should be the fourth from the right. And it's a half circle down here, and basically it's right here. It's the second from the bottom, or the fourth row down, and it has gradient map right here. You click gradient map, and you're presented with this little bar right here. You click on that, and then from now, this is where all the magic happens. Make sure you guys always keep this black. And from this side, you go to the white. Don't go to the black up here. Go to the white right here, because this selects your secondary color. And from now, you make whatever color scheme that you want. Now, me personally, I'm a red guy or a blue guy. That most people you guys know, because that's really the only thumbnails that I make, which are red or blue. I'll switch it up, right? But today we're just gonna show you everything, and basically it just changes the difference. Like, it changes all the colors that were black and white. It changes all the white basically to red. Anything that was white is now red. Everything that was black stays black. So if you put the white, it goes back. If you look right here, this should stay black, I think. And as you can see, it stayed black, and then the text itself was white, and the little icon right here is white. You hit red, everything changes to red. So everything that's white changes to white. Everything that's white changes to red. And you can actually make some really cool designs and go kind of gray if you want to, in a way, kind of like that. But it's not needed. This is only if you're on like a really white canvas, like OBS or something. Then it tends to be better. But you can actually make it dark. But if you're gonna do a gradient map, I would advise you to make it the brightest you can be, and you can just go from different colors. Like, you can make the really famous purple and blue thumbnails that most people like Red M's have, that Info Axis and some other people make. These are like the basis for face thumbnails and just about everything. You just keep changing. Most of you guys know about this, most of you guys don't. I didn't know about this until a good month or two ago, and that's really funny. But this is how I make most of my thumbnails now. Like, it's just really endless. But I do think that for this tutorial, I'm going to do a pink. Why did I say pink so funny? As you know, we're not gonna talk about it, but we're actually gonna do an actual pink tutorial, and we're gonna keep it bright as we can be, and like this, and we are done with the gradient map. Now you're saying, now what do we do? Like, is that it? Like, are we done? What exactly are we doing? Right now you can delete your screenshot because you don't need that anymore. And from now on, really all you have to do is find you a GFX pack or find you stocks, go on the internet and type in textures or type in stocks, GFX stocks, whatever. But your best bet is to go to YouTube and type in GFX packs or leaked GFX packs, whatever it may be. Just find different things, and it more than likely will put you in the right direction. Something that's kind of like grungy like this, but as you can see, it's 3000 by 2411, which is really high in quality. So I'm not gonna use that because like it would basically take up the whole entire thumbnail. And I'm actually gonna scroll down because you guys don't want to hear my buttons or my scroll bar, which I have a tendency to do that. But I'm not really gonna go through all this just because of the fact I don't use any of this, so I wouldn't want to tell you guys any different. Your best bet is just to download a GFX pack, but I'm actually gonna use this really quickly. I will actually be linking this text. No, I'm not. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna click on one and see where it takes me. Okay, this is small. Let's go with texture 11. I don't know. Yeah, see, I wouldn't even try to go through all this. I mean, you can just right click right here and just go to copy image and hope for the best, which I'm gonna do, and just hit paste. And it worked out for the best. Do Control T to, get everything up, and then you do this, check it off, and from now you just do overlay. or you do soft light, hard light. Like, it really depends on which style you're looking for. Some of this stuff won't look good at all, some will. Just depends on the person. I'm going to put mine on hard light, and then I'm just gonna take down the opacity just a little bit. Well, that's, in my opinion, that's not even a good stock, so I'm not gonna use that. I'm actually gonna change this gradient map just because I really don't like the color. Like, it's not vibing how I want it to vibe. So I'm actually gonna put it on like a hard purple just because I want to use a hard purple. Don't ask. But I'm actually gonna go into this pack, which I'll be leaving in the link down below, or in the description down below. I will be leaving the link in the description down below. But that made sense, right? But I'm actually gonna, okay, you gotta stop with this. And I'm actually gonna go to this lights right here, which is the one I used in that one thumbnail. But this is a really good stock in my opinion, and it's already on lighten, which you can keep it on lighten if you want to, or you can put it on overlay, which I'm going to do, not on hue, on overlay, and it's going to make all this dark really. And I'm basically going to do Control U, because you can actually change the colors that you want, which I don't even think I needed to change the color, to be honest, because I think it was already a custom whenever you overlaid it. So you should be good right here. But again, I'm just gonna I'm actually going to erase a little bit of this. Actually, I really didn't know what exactly I was trying to go with on this style, but I'm just going to kind of go with it here. But in my opinion, this is not really looking how I really plan. So what you do is you just find a different stock or whatever it is that you're looking for. And I guess it's kind of difficult to really think about what you're looking for whenever you're making a thumbnail and different things, because like I said, they're really endless to depending on whatever you're looking for. Like, I didn't mean for that to happen. There's like a billion different ways to make a thumbnail, and that's the hardest part, is to figure out what works and what doesn't work. What exactly you're looking for. I'm actually gonna put this on overlay and just start. Basically, I'm just starting to experiment with what works and what doesn't. Like, the only sad part with thumbnails is you don't know what works until it doesn't work. And it's kind of funny in a way, because you don't know what you're really trying to do until you do it. And I know what I'm really trying to do now is actually make a new layer. And this is kind of putting the opacity over, making a new layer, doing right clicking wire key tool and going over this whole thing, and then taking the fill out of the opacity, the fill, and putting it down to around 70 or so. The reason I'm doing this is because going back to the original thumbnail, if I can find it, both these right here, the you have the gradient mask, but then the backings of it were really kind of low in opacity. But you can actually just go up new layer, go to your black, actually click right one time, and then go all the way up to get the original color you want it to. And then from now on you can just go all the way over and then set this on an overlay just to give it that pop back to it. And I gotta make sure I do everything, and then make sure you hit overlay with it, and then it brings it out a lot more. But as you're probably asking yourself, well, doesn't that look kind of garbo, to be honest with you? And I mean, you can say what you want, but it's just depending on what you're looking for at the time. And I'm actually gonna put that up a little bit, and actually I'm gonna overlay all this just so we can have everything a little lighter. And then I'm gonna do Control J again to make it lighter, and then put that over everything, which that looks absolutely terrible. But like I said, it's just depending on what you're looking for, really. And from here you really just go from say thumbnail tutorial, depending on whatever you're trying to get or not get. I don't really know really what you're looking for, but like everything is really endless, and like I said, you can think that looks good right there, right? So you can go the halfway theme with it, and like there's so many different things you can do really with this type, but if you're doing a series type based thing, you can go to the size right here and then use the polygon lasso tool and actually, excuse me, and fill this in right here, and make sure if you do this, you make a new layer first, then you do this, and so now you just change your text up, make it look a little bit better than this. I'm gonna use Federation Classical. No, I'm not. What am I using? I'm actually going to use Planet Cosmos, maybe. No, that's like the old school thumbnail tutorial text is that. But I'm actually going to use Basixc, I think it's called. Because it's really clean and really radical, if that's what you want to say. But for this, I'm actually going to change this up, and I'm actually going to delete it, and then I'm actually going to go. I'm going to make two different text layers, and I'm going to put tutorial lobby and change the text. And we're gonna actually go with Evil Dead in this. No, we're not. I don't know. Just find the text that you want. It really doesn't matter. But I think I'm gonna use Federation Classical just because I like the text, and we're gonna make it really huge. That's what she said, right? I'm actually going to shrink this, and then take the vertical alignment, and basically just make it wider, just so everything fits really nicely. And basically what you want to do now is you Control T again, make this really big, but you don't want to put it too big, but you want it to be big enough for people to see, obviously. And then click on just thumbnail, go over a little bit. You want to get all your stuff centered as possible. That should be good right here. And then from now you want to do Control G, Control E. So now this is all one layer. And then from here you do Control T, right click, perspective, and then now you can really change how your text looks. This is really how basically everyone does it, as far as people in phase do it, like with guns, people with thumbnails, tutorials. Like, this is the bread and butter of everything. And like I said, depending on what your I guess motive is, you can make it look really nice, really clean, really bulky, really just out there, or you can just make it really simple. And I usually go for the more simple stuff. Like, as you can see, if you don't know what you're doing, then it can start getting kind of messy. But if you have something like this, which I don't even like that personally, well, I can just keep it because for tutorial, we just make it go down a little bit. And I'm actually doing something else and rotated this a little bit, just because, like, just to give that little edge, I guess. You can start saying it'll start to look stupid, but you can say that. I'm actually going to drag this up a little bit and actually rotate it back, just because I don't think it looks that great personally. And now that you have that, and if you have like a thumbnail set, I'm actually not going to do this. We're just gonna put a straight up thumbnail tutorial, right? And we're just going to put this all the way over here and line this up perfectly. Do Control T just to cheat a little bit, and pull that way over here, like you can actually go all the way out or you can stop right here. It really just depends on what looks best for you. You can actually measure that out and see if it's actually lined up, but I'm not going to. And as you can see, this is really nice now, right? And everything looks really good. Let's see where we're at. We're at 31 minutes already. Jesus Christ, I'll have to cut a little bit out of this, but for anything as a series, you can put like Black Ops 3 sign right here, or you can actually put like series number. Let me go to number 7, which depending on what font you have, it won't always work the way you want it to. I'm gonna go back to Bavis Nubis because I know it works. Go right here, you put that right chair, and personally, everything is just how you want to look. I'm just gonna lower the size down and put that right there, and it really looks really clean. You can actually lower the opacity depending on what you want to do, but me personally, I'm actually going to make this black and do this because you're like, well, I can't see it. All you have to do is go to FX or effects, whatever you want to call it. Go to your you can go to your integral if you want to, or you can make a stroke over it, depending on how you want things to look. It doesn't matter. I'm actually gonna go to white right here, and this is how you get most of your little screen effects. Put that all the way up to 10, and sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can. It's right here, but if you overlay it, basically you can't see the line over it. So I'm gonna do a stroke just to see if you can see it, because that's kind of the whole point of thumbnail, is you want to make it look different. But I'm gonna put that up to 5, put that on integral, and I'm gonna put that on overlay. And as you can see, hold on, I'm actually gonna put up size a little bit. As you can see, it's really big right here. I'm actually gonna lower the size down to 5, and I'm gonna just actually zoom in so you guys can see. As you can see, there's a stroke, but it's actually blending with the background, so everything's like, it really looks really professional however you put it. And I'm actually gonna go right under this layer and put a little bit of a purple stroke underneath it just to pop it out. And as you can see all how it looks. I'm just gonna go a little bit more, and as you can see, this is really popping really hard, and you can actually take out the stroke and it won't look right. If you take out the inner glow, I don't think inner glow does much, but for this I'm actually going to take out the 7, which if you stay on this layer right here and you click on the text of the 7, but hold control and click and you hit control X, it actually takes this out, which usually that looks really weird, right? Just hide that layer and it'll do this, but it really depends on how it looks, because sometimes the way, hold on, let me actually change this. I'm actually gonna make this white and see if it makes it look better, because if I can get the text that I want, then it'll look a lot better. So we're actually gonna go this, do the same thing, and it just makes it purple. So yeah, just leave it however you want it. And as you can see, with the text right here, if you want to have a little line and you hit the stroke, then it's gonna be like this. But make sure you have it where it's not bleeding through, just so it doesn't look like this. Make sure it's not selected in the thumbnail, and then go back so you can have your overlay, which I'm gonna go to the stroke actually and put that on outside, so you can actually get the inner part. And if you're really complex with this, you can actually make so many different things. Like you can make like a ripple effect right here, and it makes it look like the page is actually ripping out. Like there's so many different effects that you can do. And more.
How you gonna get your hair cut, Mustafa?
And by the way, guys, sorry for like a really blown out tutorial for today. I knew what I was trying to tell you guys, but it's kind of hard to actually think on the spot how you make your own thumbnails and how to make it look really nice and prestige for the people watching. So if you guys did really enjoy how it looked and everything so far, then make sure you guys leave that like for more. I know I recently have a couple people who haven't really liked the videos lately and dislike, so I mean, if you guys do, then I really don't mind. But I mean, if you guys don't like the videos, then just comment below and tell me, so I can either not doing or change something up or just not do them at all. But as you guys can tell, I just made a new layer and went on a stroke and put a new I'm actually putting my light source now, which you can just put that at the top, make sure it's centered. And I basically just did control minus to zoom out, or you can do control plus, doesn't matter. I just do all, and then the little scroll mouse part, the scroll bar on my mouse, I think that's what, I don't even know what it's called, to be honest. It's kind of funny, but I just do that, which you can hear, so sorry about all that. But I'm actually going to take the opacity and put it down, like another layer, and I don't know why this isn't white, but I'm actually going to do it yet again, just to get the full-fledged light source, and then I'm going to put that at 40 something. It really doesn't matter what source is, just make it look really good and nice. Depending on what picture you get, it's going to be really different or really difficult. Really at this point you're done with everything. As I said, you can add a bunch of textures, a bunch of lights, a bunch of just random BS. You actually just add stocks, whatever it is you're looking for. I'm actually gonna go to one thing really quickly if I can find it, and I think it's glitch right here. Like I said, there's a billion things you can do. It just depends on, on whatever it is effect you're trying to do. And as far as say something like this, you would just do Control U, and then just change the opacity. So it only changes the opacity just for this and not for everything else. And I found this. You can go blown out like this. You can just say how you are, it doesn't matter. And then for this, you can just put on an overlay, or you can make it normal, and then you can just take the opacity down, which I'm just gonna take the opacity down, but I'm actually make this a lot bigger. I'm gonna rotate it like this. I'm actually going to put a Gaussian blur on it, which is a blur, Gaussian blur, and then not put it on a lot, put it on a little bit, put it on about 1.5. Something I forgot to mention is if you're ever making something, I'm actually going to go over really quickly. I'm actually making this really quickly for you guys so you can see it. But depending on whatever it is, say if you don't have a screenshot, right, and you just really want to make something really badly, just go to your textures, find something like this, right? Do control image, copy image, go to paste, and then drag this up to a corner, that's way past for a reason. Expand this out all the way, and then just go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then put this really high, to the point where you can't see it, as in maybe right there. You can't really see what you're looking at, but you can tell it's something, right? And this can be a stock that you want, or this can be in any banner tutorial, anything you want to. And you can just simply lower the opacity on it to about 20, or you can just leave it kind of around 60, and then put a black layer. Hold up, that was terrible. Put a black layer over it, and then put the fill down to about 60 as well, so you have that little contrast between the two. And then from here, I'm gonna put this to white, and you can just put, hold up, let me put this out here and put I don't know if I spelled it right, thumbnail, and you just simply have to just drag it down. Hold up. I don't know where I put thumbnail, but I think I know where I did. There we go. No, I did. I don't know. Hold up. Let me actually drag it down really quickly. Oh, well, it would be below everything. That's why you can't see it. Good job, Creed. Alright, there we go. And so then you have thumbnail. And then from here, you just go ahead and add your light source. And it's really easy just to make thumbnails like these. It doesn't take as much time, but just if you really don't have any images or no connection to get to, you can make something really simple like this. And say if you're doing like a GFX thing, you can do port reviews, something like this, like something like that, right? And then you just go and click through. You can go through here, click that, which fades it out. Then you have something like this. And then you can do Control J to brighten it up a little bit. See, it already changes. You can add, say, a white stroke over this. By the way, when I make it big or small, I do Alt, right click on my mouse, and then go to right or go left. By the way, in case you guys didn't know that. And I'm just gonna go like that, put it on overlay, and then you can see it like this. This is how I did my Deadpool banner or thumbnail. And yeah, and depending on what you're looking for, you can put, say, like a blue, which is like a taint blue, really, and do another thing, do the same thing, and put that on overlay. Like, it really depends on what you want to. That doesn't look as good, but you can clean it up really good. You can again do the normal stuff I taught you before, and just put, hold on, that's really small. You put it things like this, and then you just take the opacity down. Like, there's so many different endless ways to actually implement a thumbnail. It's really fun, actually. Now back to the original one. The biggest thing to look for in this thumbnail series is the use of gradient maps. And as you guys can tell, I didn't even touch my curves or anything like that as far as the levels or anything like that. You can pop it out a lot more. You can make it blend better, make it darker, kind of like that, which is really dark. You can make it blend a lot better. Like, there's so many different things you can do. There's actually exposure, which if you put the exposure up, then you put the offset up, and then you put the gamma correction up, which blends it out. Like, everything looks so much cleaner, so much better. You can actually go into, like, let's see if I can find VNP really quickly. VNP, PNG, and depending on how good it is, I can use it. Sometimes it's gonna take you a while to find a really good one, or if you really want to just cut it out of your gameplay, I wouldn't recommend it, just because if you don't really know what you're doing, then I wouldn't. But it's really all up to you. I'm really gonna do copy image again to save your computer the troubles, because I know you're not gonna use it. Go all the way up, and depending on if this is a good one, you just do Control X just to delete all that, which it was just perfect, thank God. And sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. You can drag it down, And don't be like some people and have half of it showing, have half of this showing going this way, and the gun you can tell is going this way or that way. Just make sure you stay aware of that. What you can actually do is you can control T. I'm really talking for a long time, that's why I'm trying to stutter with my words. And you can actually just make it perspective. But like, there's so many different things you can do, but just don't make it look really odd and just not even look right if you're gonna do it. Like I said, this is the hardest part, but say if you're really trying to get this the work, then it'll be your best friend, but it won't work every time. Like something like this, you're like, bro, that looks worse than before, right? Well, leave it kind of like that. Again, you can overlay. I didn't mean to hear that. You can overlay it like this, and it'd be the same thing. Or what you can do is you can actually put a gradient map over this, which I don't understand why I went that. But if you accidentally do something like this and you think that this thumbnail looks so amazing, then just use that. Like I said, most things happen on random, but depending on what you like, it'll change. This right here changes everything, which I didn't want, so I'm not gonna use the gradient map personally. I'm actually gonna delete that. But go to your effects and go to gradient overlay. Wait for all this load up. Take your scale all the way over, overlay this. Put a satin over it, and then I usually overlay this as well, just to give it that little effect. You can put the full, I wouldn't pull it full, put it about at 40 or so. Take the size up, the distance, you can put that out. The inner glow, excuse me, you can do like we did on the little side part, and put that on overlay as well. You can put a drop shadow, put a outer glow on it. Like I said, there's so many different ways to do this. I'm actually gonna put like a purple right now, just so we can have it. But you can put like a really heavy outer glow. You can even overlay this, but depending on how you want it, it won't look right sometimes. So make sure you keep it on normal. You can do this right here. Then underneath everything, you can go back to your original color, click right here, and then you can actually drag all right here, and you'll have this right here. And depending on how you want it, you can make it look really nice, really bad, kind of like this, right? Like certain people go for this style. Me personally, I don't even use the guns most of the time. Just because there's just so many different things. Like it can look right, or it can make or break the design. In other words, like everything you do should implement what you want to see on the design, not what other people want to see. Like I said, it's really hard to tell you guys how to make a full-blown thumbnail, just because I don't make mine the same way every time, or mine always change somehow. But depending on what you want, something like this is really simple to make. You can put it under the text. You can cut the text out. There's just so much you can do to implement it. Some people might call this the best thumbnail in the world. Some people are like, yo, are you serious? But it's like, I didn't even use stocks really on this. Like, there's so much other things you can do. But before I go, I'm actually gonna show you one little thing before I do this. Like, this is how long it takes me to make a thumbnail, really. A good hour or so. And it gets really hard to do, but make sure you make a new layer, take the fill all the way to 0, go to inner glow, and we all know I'm going with this, but this makes a little border around your thumbnail and kind of gives a little bit of perspective, makes it pop a little bit. And then just go to overlay. I usually put mine on 10 to make it look a lot cleaner and you can see it better, but depending on where things are, it'll make everything pop. And overall, this is how everything should look. This is not the best thumbnail in the world, but it's not the worst. I mean, it's pretty mediocre for people who don't know what they're doing. The simplest thing is to make the gradient map over things, Make sure you control your brushes, and if I didn't talk fluently enough or just did things while talking and you didn't understand what I'm doing, then just let me know and I'll be fine to go on Skype with you or just make another tutorial or just go in depth. I made this, I think we're on 51 minutes right now, but I gotta cut some points out because I did ramble and take time off doing some other things, but for the most part, there's so much more you can do to this, so much less you can do to it. For this part right here, you can put like a texture in it and then lower it down. Like there's so many different things, but this is like a basic COD thumbnail, like for anything. This can be actually for a series too. If you don't want it for a series, then don't add that part and just let it be like this. Take off the number 7 and just let it be like that. Or you can just add this and it just be the same thing. Like there's so many different things you can do, but I'm actually gonna save this, which I showed you at the beginning. We're gonna do ADV, TV, yeah, advanced thumbnail, and then tutorial. And for me, TV is thumbnail. That's just something like I say. But I'm really tired of talking right now. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I know at the beginning everything looked kinda slowed down, and I act like I didn't know what I was talking about because I really didn't know the direction I was going with. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and if you are new, subscribe for more. This is one of my best thumbnails that I've really made. It wasn't as fluent as I really hoped for it to be, but it was something that was necessary and needed because I had to explain a lot of things. There's a lot of things I didn't explain because there's like a billion other thumbnails that you can make that are kind of like that. But hope you guys got the gist of just using the gradient map, using your strokes appropriately, and just using your interglows mostly. That's really the only thing you really need to use. And other than that, that's really about it. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure you guys keep it basic as always. Make sure you guys live the lifestyle to the fullest. And this has been your boy Basixc, and I am out.